When Shatta Wale first started calling Stonebwoy a disabled person, mocking him, walking the way he walked and all that, I quietly looked at Ghana to see what Ghana would do. Behind the scenes, I did what I could. I condemned it a number of times. This is not the first time Shatta Wale is calling Stonebwoy a disabled guy. It's happened time and again. He's mimicked the way he's walked. He's been on social media from that time, and social media never forgets. It's still in there. My brother, how did Stonebwoy get his disability, if it can be called a disability at all? In fact, he was a twin. His father narrated this story to me over 20 years ago. He said, listen, and his father kept telling me, he wasn't born like this, oh, he wasn't born like this, oh, sometimes amidst tears. And his Stonebwoy can attest to this. He said, we were in a car with his twin brother. We were going somewhere, driving, and all of a sudden, boom, there was an accident. And that accident took the life of Stonebwoy's twin brother. It was not just a mere accident that gave him the so-called disability. It was an accident that took the life of his younger brother. If anybody would insult Stonebwoy at all, I don't think that they should be reminded of this gory thing that happened to this boy at that early age. It's saddening. I am not going to moralize it on anybody, because I know how in this country people are quick to take sides without bringing common sense to the table. Nobody wants to be reminded of the incident that happened. Somebody lost his brother, a twin brother, the brother that he slept in the same womb with, pushed out at the same time, albeit a couple of minutes difference. Nobody should ever be reminded of the goriness of that day. You have mocked this boy over and over, and blatantly you can see that it's had a toll on the mentality of Stonebwoy. Those of you who understand psychology, you will know by the way Stonebwoy behaves, you can tell that it's had a big toll on him. Number one, he tried to go and fix his leg several years after it was said was impossible. I personally contributed to the fixing of his leg over 20 years ago, and he's been saying it. I don't need to say it. We tried to fix that leg, but we were told then that it wasn't possible. It will remain like that unless we had a hefty amount of money to fly him out. At the time, we couldn't even fly him to Togo. Today, my brother, my sister, if the boy, I still call him a boy, because at the time that he was introduced to me, he was just a little boy. My brother, he was given the chance to make money. And of course, now he tries to fix his leg. It's not perfect, but that's what it is. Should disability even be a certain kind of whatever? Let me tell you something. In Jamaica, they have a culture of the diss something. They diss each other. In dancehall, this simply means to insult, but they never use or call mother and father when they diss. It is a law in dancehall. You don't call somebody's mother. You don't call somebody's father. My brother, my sister. In other words, even in dancehall, there are rules of dissing. Again, I am not going to moralize it on anybody. But as it stands right now, I think that it's taking the disabled people society or people living with a disability too long to react to this. And you know, some people will tell you a fight has no formula. Anything that you say to affect the next person so he can feel it, you will go ahead, even if it's about mentioning their mother, mentioning their father. But I don't believe in that. My brother, you won't be enemies forever. Like me and Shatta Wale had our differences. After some time, we fixed it up in one way or the other. I am glad that I never mentioned anything that I would sit back and say, this is deep. I think I shouldn't have mentioned this. That's how it should go. You should always think about a day that you will come together again, and you wouldn't regret some really terrible things that you said that will bar you from even coming together. Now the disability, the people living with disability. Now when you follow international laws, you realize that our diction has even changed because of these people. Now we don't call them disabled people. We call them people living with disability. Are you aware of that? We don't call them blind people. We say people who are visually impaired. We don't call them cripples anymore. You know what we call them? People with physical disability. But these are words Shatta Wale uses every time. Cripple. You are a cripple. You are disabled. Don't fight an abled man. You see that? Now when you say this, you might think that you are attacking Stonebwoy alone, but you are attacking all people with disability, because you said it is because he is so wicked and is a bad man, that's why he's disabled. How about the one who died in the accident? Was he also bad? Please, let's be careful what we say. Let's be measured. I know when some people get angry, they say anything at all, but that's not an excuse. You got to work on it. If this was a country like America or England or such countries, my brother, Shatta Wale will be banned. In fact, the accounts have a saying, say yenyinia yensra kutia yansra akotia. You don't laugh at the short man. My brother, my sister, if you are not grown, you don't laugh at the look. Any accident can happen. A lot of musicians in Ghana smoke and drink, and I think Shatta Wale smokes and drinks too. I don't know what he smokes, I don't know what he drinks, but we have seen him several times smoking and drinking. My brother, anything can happen. If today you are disabled in one way or the other, should it call for people to laugh at you? Let's be careful. I believe that these are two wonderful brothers who can fix up differences. It might not take them the same time to come to the conclusion of being friends, but we must remember that it will not remain like this forever. Yes. And I'm so disappointed in a few people who are supporting this, all in the name of dancehall and music. No. My brother, my sister, anything can happen, especially that we live in a country where cars drive anyhow, where buildings are not put up well. Anything can break and fall on us and break our legs and break our hands. In that case, what do? We commit suicide. I'm glad Stonebwoy has not responded in any way. Well-meaning people would come into the picture, and I'm sure that they will be able to speak to those parties. And my brother, my sister, we believe that things might get better. You cannot be in America and go on a rant and call people disabled people and blah 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 people. Your music will all of a sudden be boycotted. Look at what happened to Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods did not insult anybody as a disabled person. Tiger Woods did not insult anybody's mother or father like these two people are doing to each other. He went into a hotel room with a prostitute. He lost all his endorsement deals. Huh? Look at the other guy, Kanye West. Anti-Semitic talk. He lost all his endorsement deals. He lost everything. Today, He's one of the people that have gone quiet. That is a way they discipline people out there, not in our country. The more you insult people, the more people run after you and clap for you. The more you insult people's mothers, call them disabled people, the more you misbehave, is the more people come after you. Please, if we don't say this, who else will say it? To God be the glory.
Kicks Television, it's spiritual.